definitely going into this next game swiftly. Yeah, game 2. They are one behind. And they're gonna have to come up with a plan to turn this one around. As of course, as we said, and as you all know, they are one game behind at this point. And they need to find a way to come back. And if they do lose, they are going to be out in this round of 16. And then, of course, they have the rest of the weekend and Sunday to recap, go to the drawing board, see what went wrong, see what went right, to try and do better next week. If they do go out here, however, of course, they played some good games, and we'll have to see what they can do next week. But it is not time for that yet, of course. It is still game 2 of this best of 3. KVM showed once again good early game with the ganks on Ollie. We're not able to turn that into a very big snowball and be able to close the game from there. Maybe we'll see them do it this time around.
They are forming up the lobby again. I guess they will be wanting to go in game 2 as fast as possible. Now the hands are still warm from last game. And should they ban the Zoe? Because at the end, that one shot on the key target, in my opinion, because Jerry, he was basically the only one in the whole KV Mechelen lineup that was ahead. It was really, really strong, even though he didn't have that super fat score. And he just get one shot by getting hit by one bubble. Like, small mistake at the end, a small good play, of course, by Cruelty at the end. Just takes him out, and there's nothing they can do in their base anymore, because of course their key member at that point is gone.
Yeah, the Zoe pick in the end, of course, pretty substantial. However, should you ban Zoe? I don't think so. I don't think Zoe really was the problem here. Clearly, Set, in my opinion, was more of an issue. He could really find the disengages at the Drake at that point, where he found a great counter engage, actually, that the Sejuani was looking for the engage. Really good counter engage by Set, dunking onto 2 or 3 important people there with the Sejuani. Later on in mid lane as well, they didn't need to counter engage anymore. They could just engage themselves once again with the Set at the end. Set split pushing, Wukong not being able to do anything against this Set, and no one was really able to do anything. He had Force of Nature, he had Dead Man's Plate, so even if Orianna was up, it would have taken a really long time for her to actually take this Set down. And it is still one of Durkin's favorite champions, most played, highly mastered champion. So leaving something like that open always is a risk for, in this case, KVM. So
Yeah,
I don't know if they want to leave that open, and if they do, what do you play against it?
yeah, because Mortar arguably played his best champion this game, the Wukong, where we've seen him destroy his opponent time and time again.
We still need to see him play Jax.
We still need to play him.
And he was open.
Jax.
So
yeah, of course the Jax, he's really a split push champion, and they drafted for the team fight.
Very true.
With that comp, which makes Wukong more valuable. But I would like to see his Jax as well. He might have beaten Set, but Jax struggles early against champions that can freely dish out damage, like an Ornn or a Set who can spam his abilities, or probably Viego as well, since he can just spam his Q. Don't know if anyone has played against it, but it's pretty obnoxious. And then you can have a hard early game, which is of course where KV Mechelen up till now shines. Their early game's pretty solid, but they just can't seem to close it out in games like this, where like Team Grove has a solid plan. We don't do anything up till a certain point where we feel like we're strong enough, and then we'll execute our comp correctly, make sure that they are split from all sides, and that we can just poke out and pick off the members that we want. And that's what they did. So maybe they will go for the same comp, because of course if it's not broken, don't fix it. But we'll see how they are going to tackle that.
We're gonna have to see if they draft the same or differently. Of course, both teams switching sides here, as they are gonna be a blue side KVM this time around, and of course a red side. No, wait, the other way around. No, that's true. That's right. I'm right. I think. Damn it!
You're
Someone
never
help me.
right.
It should be KVM red side this time around, and blue side should be Team Grove at least. So
Are you sure? Because in the chat, Jerry asks, "We want blue." So I think that
but I mean, they just got blue, don't they? Swap.
doesn't the loser get pickings?
Oh, is that the rule? I have no idea.
I think so. So I think KV Mechelen is gonna choose blue side again.
Okay.
And yeah,
That makes it easy.
hopefully it will help them in their game. Which champion do you want to see from KV Mechelen that we haven't really seen besides the Jacks? Because of course, give us the Jacks.
I wanted to see the Jacks, but which one haven't we seen and would we like to see? Have we? Hold on, let me think real quick. Have we seen Jerry play Irelia yet? I don't think so.
I think he did.
Including last week.
I think he played it last week.
Did he? Are
Did
you
he
certain?
not? No.
I can't remember.
He played a lot of Yone.
That's true.
But he also plays Cassiopeia, and I want to see that one.
Yes, but I don't know if that's really a great pick at this point. Maybe, however, LeBlanc is one of his higher mastery champions, so that would be cool to see. He can kind of do the same as Zoe, as in blow up one champion. Maybe with a LeBlanc, they would have been able to reach the Jhin and blow him up. I don't know. If they find the flank.
I do feel like KV Mechelen has a very, or at least, of course, the academy team, has a limited plan of combat, let's say. They usually draft comps that have solid engage and go for heavy team fights. But if they play against a comp where the engage is very hard, or that can poke or anything, or not die in an engage, then they have no backup plan. They don't play split push, they don't play hyper carry one dude buff that guy. Like they have the one strat and they're banking on it very heavily in the open tour. And now is the question, previous game you're in a best of 3, your strat didn't work against them. They drafted very good against you. Are you going to use the same strat and ban them out of the gems that they use now? Or are you really gonna try something new? And that's what I would want to see, something new from KV Mechelen Academy.
Well, yeah, that's why we want to see Jax, so they can go into the split push game. That's exactly what we want to see.
It was a very long explanation for one simple question. Play Jax.
That's not a question, but sure. I understand what you mean. Once again,
question mark?
Damn it, he got me. Once again, Twisted Fate, Elise, Olaf taken away by KVM Esports Academy here. Kaisa, Graves, and this time Talia gets taken out. Hecarim, I think they banned that last time. And as it is open, Ollie likes the Hecarim, plays it a lot, plays really mean Hecarim, picks it up as a first pick. What jungler are we expecting on the side of Grove here? Because we saw Jarvan last time around. He has Kindred in his repertoire.
Well, the Jarvan didn't do bad, but they are hovering Kha'Zix. However, yeah, placeholder, and he probably will have to see what it is. Last time around, what was the placeholder, Annie?
Annie was Zoe, and Gragas was Janna.
They could go for this again, but you'll probably get a confirmation about it fast. Two same placeholders. Still weird that they're using Gragas placeholder, like the champion is so busted right now. But they are gonna lock it in. We'll have confirmation soon what these picks are.
I'm not getting anything yet, but you know they'll let us know, I guess, or when they start the redraft, we'll see. And there it is, Annie, Zoe once again. Gragas is Gragas. Okay. Gragas is Gragas, boys. This time it's not a weird.
Gragas is placeholder for Gragas.
Okay. Gragas Annie is a placeholder for Gragas, and Gragas is a placeholder for Annie. No, so
True.
Annie is Zoe once again, letting Cruelty play one of his favorite champions. Did a decent job on the Zoe, of course, finding that pick all the way at the end. But once again, giving Jerry Orianna. He played a very good Orianna into that Zoe matchup. So we're gonna have to see if Cruelty can actually maybe do more this time. And now it looks like they want to play Jin for themselves. They don't want to give that away to Moonman again. And as it is taken away from him, Twitch is still open.
Oh, I want to see that Twitch, of course. Twitch not the best at the moment, and especially not against that comp from KVM. That is, as we said, a lot of engage, a lot of pylon. A lot of
still want to see it though.
Yeah, still want to see it. Like, play Twitch, please. It would be super amusing. Also, not the worst synergy with Jarvan. You know, like, put Cataclysm up and then you just...
fish in a barrel.
Yeah, exactly. It's great.
Okay. Jarvan being picked up again for kicks. Played a really good. Jarvan had a sick experience lead last game around, aside from, you know, being behind in the early game with Ollie getting off those early ganks on the Sejuani, but then he just completely outfarmed the Sejuani, was able to overtake him quickly in XP, taking away, of course, the Baron on the flip. Yes, it's a coin flip from KVM, but we still have to give props to Jarvan. Stealing the Baron is still stealing the Baron. Coin flip or not, is still good.
They are banning out the set. However, Gragas should be top lane, I believe. So I'm not sure if that ban is still worth it, unless they expect that the Gragas is going support or flex and that they're gonna put set anyway. They don't want to risk it. They want to put Mortar through that again, of course, and the rest of the team. And for now, they still need an 80 carry. The Twitch is open. Probably not gonna go for that. Kai'Sa has been banned away by them themselves. Do you think they would go for the Senna here?
Ooh, no, because I want to see Twitch. No! Oh, please! Oh my God! I'm not gonna say anything until they lock it. Please! We haven't. Oh no! I'm just not gonna.
Hey!
It's a Twitch. Please don't tell me don't give me like Twitch's placeholder for freaking Senna or something.
Placeholder for Highlander.
For Annie. Twitch's placeholder for Jenna.
Oh, Lil.
Please don't do it. They do give Twitch. They leave it open, and they give on the side of Team Grove. They give him his Twitch. Moonman on the Twitch. Is he gonna get accompanied once again by a Janna?
And a main Twitch is so scary to play against. Like, if you see that in solo queue, you know the game is gonna be so hard once he leaves the lane and just starts killing everyone, because you know, haha, can't see him.
Haha.
Fun, right? Question mark. So Moonman getting his best champion, let's say. And
that's a big one.
Yes, KVM, I love this. What do you play against a Twitch? Something that
Malphite.
can instantly punch him in the face. You just ult him, and he better pray that he has Flash or Gale Force, because of course you want to go Kraken Slayer with Twitch. But if a pick like Malphite forces you into Gale Force, you're gonna lose a lot of that consistent damage that you usually have. And yeah, this is just super smart from Grove. They see the Malphite. They pick Silas for the counter.
They have no. Is this support Gragas?
Could be. Said it was a flex.
It has to be, right?
Or
basically
Silas.
No. It's not gonna be support Silas. I mean, come on. It has to be.
Well,
why would it
Grove
be?
Is
support Zoe?
Grove is 200 IQing it right now, you know?
This is sick.
They are just seeing a champion, what's good against it, this one, and we'll see where we put it later. It doesn't matter now. I mean, I love it already. This is gonna be such a great game with these champions. It's something else, something fresh.
Fresh.
And I hope Mortar is gonna have more fun this game than last game. Of course, he got slapped by Dirk instead. And this time it is Durkin effectively gonna pick up the Silas in the top lane. Silas can struggle a little bit early because of the poke from Malphite, but usually He plays with the corrupting pot and the fleet footwork, which makes him very, very hard to punish in the lane. And that bot lane, Twitch. I
Twitch
really wonder
Gragas.
how he will pair up with the Gragas. That's insane that they can do that.
Wait,
however,
what?
Say what? What? What?
What the hell happened?
Did they misclick? Did they think?
Think they...
Say what? It's going perfect. I think.
All right,
It's
it
bugged.
bugged. All right.
I think these two teams are just the two biggest trolls on the Rift, and they just think, haha, let's troll the casters and the stream. It's amazing. Let's do it like that.
This is so fun. I love watching drafts 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. Third time's the charm, right? And now they just banned the Twitch.
Oh, sorry, misclick, it bugged.
Hey, misclick.
Yes, perfect. Anyways, Silas stealing away the Malphite ult, Jarvan following that up, Twitch smacking his way through the enemy, I was gonna say backline, frontline, doesn't really matter with his Ratata. It's not called Ratata, it's still spray and pray again.
Yeah, they changed it because of community banter.
Of course, what we do want to know, an important question here, is Malphite going tank, or is he going full AP to just blow up Twitch?
I would be a fan of AP Malphite, but I don't think Mortar is gonna go it. It would be super hilarious to watch.
Twitch just disappears every time.
Yeah, and that's what they want, because if they can kill Twitch, they can just buy MR and then it's fine, right? That's what you want to see. Yep. If Moonman gets strong in this game, which he tends to on Twitch, the guy has over 60% win rate, I believe.
Which also begs the question, does he go AP or AD Twitch? Yeah.
I would go AD. I mean, you have Silas, you have Zoe.
I would in this comp as well, but you know, where's the love for AD Bruiser Silas?
I don't know.
It's nowhere to be found.
Have you looked at the trash outside today?
It might be there.
Might be. Who knows? I don't know. I don't want to know. Get that out of my sight. I mean, I just play normal Silas. He has, of course, AP scaling on any ability that he steals, even though he doesn't have that originally. There are great ults for him. The Malphite ult, the Orianna ult. He can sombrero all around and get some good plays. Jhin ult. I mean, that pick has so much value, and it was to be expected, to be honest. If you play like KVM, a teamfight comp every time with big AoE abilities, yeah, well, you might want to ban Silas at some point, because if it's picked up, then you have a problem.
Yeah, Silas.
And Mortar on Malphite, love it.
Silas, of course, able to also take away the Orianna shockwave, some sombrero plays, Jhin ult even. Probably not going to, but you know, whatever. But he's probably gonna be looking for steals on that Malphite ult, possibly the Hecarim ult. So it is, it's gonna be fun times for Silas having his pick of the litter.
Bobajek, I'm gonna ask you the question.
No,
if
you're not
you have
allowed
$100,
you're not allowed to. No. So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I hijacked your question, man.
No. That's That's not how it works.
Hijack.
It works as follows.
Which comp?
As I am the play-by-play / host of this entire thing, I ask the questions and you answer.
I hijacked you, man. It's over.
No, you answer.
We saw in the chat today, if you steal something, it's yours, so it's mine.
Fine.
My question now.
I'll put my money. Damn it. I mean, it's gonna depend on the matchup in top lane, but I feel like Silas is gonna take over the game. You know what I mean? On the other hand, I mean, if they find Twitch with Hecarim and Malphite, I mean, they couldn't get to the Jhin last time around. Now Twitch has insane range as well, so how are they gonna reach him? Well, they have I guess they have Malphite. God damn it. I'm giving it to red side.
I'm afraid I will have to give it to red side as well. Like, I mean, Moonman has his pocket pick Twitch. Gragas support, I don't know. I just can't do anything else than love it. You know? The fat man in the bot lane next to a Twitch. when are you gonna see that lane in the open tour? I don't know. Never. This is the only time in your life. So nice to see that coming in. And of course, Silas is just the pick that broke the comp from KV Mechelen in this draft. So they won it definitely. But that being said, the comp from KV Mechelen still easy to execute. You
Uh,
all use your R, and you can win a fight if you do it correctly. So the outplay potential is definitely on the side of Team Grove here. But KV Mechelen's comp, easy peasy. So we'll see what takes over the other as we're going into the loading screen for this possible last game
Lost
of
game.
KVM's Open Tour run this weekend. If they lose, they are out. If they win, we will go to the third game of this best of three, and then they'll have to duke it out there.
They'll have to battle it out on the Rift one third time if they do eventually manage to win this on the side of KVM, of course, as we are loading onto the Rift, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us through these amazing times of Open Tour, as we are going to watch KVM and Team Grove battle it out in their second game of this best of 3 round of 16. Team Grove up by 1. KVM looking for a redemption game, revenge game. They need this one to stay in the Open Tour this weekend, and as Joe said, if they lose, then it will be all over for them, and they will have to pack their biezen and go
Nice.
and go
Good
home.
English.
They will have to pack their bags and go home, as both teams are loading into the Rift. Welcome back to Summoner's Rift, ladies and gentlemen, between KVM Esports Academy, Team Grove. Lots of pings coming through, lots of pings coming out of Team Grove. We are very excited and very hyped about this game because of Twitch Gragas, basically. And yeah, I'm extremely excited to see what this Team Grove bottom lane is gonna pull out of the bag this time.
And you can see immediately the corruption pot into the fleet footwork for Silas has that sustain picked up for the lane, so will be hard for Mortar to poke him. He already knows because he just didn't even bother to pick up the meteor. He's going for that grass with the undying. So poke will be a little bit softer. And I'm not sure if Cruelty did it last game round, but he's playing with the minion dematerializer. Is that something that you want to do in the matchup against Orianna? Do you get zoned that hard that you need it for the shot?
I mean, he played the matchup last game and clearly didn't use the dematerializer and thinks that this time he should. I mean, early on, I think Orianna just has a much better push. Ball, distortion, ball, distortion. Yeah, Zoe has her Q. Doesn't go through minions though, like the Orianna ball does, so Orianna should be able to shove you in. Of course, if you have the dematerializer, you can counter that push a little bit. As, by the way, apparently Team Thrill in the round of 16 got 1v9 by Gragas support last week in the round of 16. So, KVM, be careful that you don't do the same.
Yeah, Dynamic is a Mastery 7 Gragas. So he has played this champion before.
Hey!
We almost made it through an Open Tour day without a pause.
But this is all because of the round of 16 being best of 3 now, because if it was a best of 1, we would have made it through without the pause. And now we get bamboozled. All because of this round of 16 being best of 3 now.
Of course, no worries. Frey is ready to play mid lane if need be. But meanwhile, we can have another look at the items of this KV Mechelen squad. Last time round, we saw Moonman's Jin starting with the boots and pots, which is like season 2, 3 start, I don't know. It's not being done anymore, usually. And now we see Mandrago going longsword with 3 pots. Do Jin players not have Doran's items, or is this what you want?
So when you play Jin, your shop turns into a non-Doran shop anymore.
You get discriminated. The shop owner is like, we don't sell Dorans to players like you.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens. No, I don't know. Boots 3, Longsword 3. Maybe Jin really wants to get that Gale Force ASAP and feels like he can yeah, do stuff with a longsword. Also, by the way, Greg is going for Spell Thief's Edge for a little bit of extra AP pokey damage. Yeah, I like the Gragas support. Not
Yeah,
because it's
same.
necessarily good, but just because it's a cool pick. I like it. Let's go. Team
It's
growth.
fresh.
It's fresh.
Fresh?
Fresh? No.
Fresh?
the,
But
the least fresh of them all.
it's fresh of them all. Yeah, Greg is not really looking fresh. We have 2 minutes going on the pause right now, and Ollie playing with Ignite again
I've seen this a
feels a
lot
little
before.
bit dangerous because you're playing against a Jarvan who can just say, nope, you're in the cage, and if you've ulted already, then yeah, where are you gonna go? Nowhere. That's the thing. So there is a counter possibility there. Of course, Ollie has been able to carry these games hard with his Hecarim, and Ignite, of course, gives him the early kills so much easier. But which lane is he gonna gank really? Because there's not really that hard lockdown unless you look at bot lane. But yet you have the
Thresh Jin.
Gragas there.
You do have
Yeah,
the Gragas there, of course, but then, I mean, you can potentially lock down the Gragas. If it's an AP Gragas, he's not as tanky. Of course, with his W, he gets a lot more tanky. With his healing, he has the sustain as well
and
from
his
his passive.
aftershock.
And he has Aftershock, so it could be tanky. However, if you hook him, flay him, snipe him, bonk him, there is no Aftershock for him. Because then
Hook,
he's
flay,
not there.
snipe, bonk. That's
Yes.
the thing.
So there's the
Interesting.
Tunk.
Bonk. There's no Wukong.
There's the
Who's
Tunk.
gonna Tunk?
No, there's the Tunk on Wukong, and there's the bonk, which is a uh, just a general term for getting slapped.
I didn't know it. Thought
Yeah.
it was just slip slap.
No. That's terrible. That's the worst term in the world. As still awaiting. It's the mid laner, by the way, on the side of KVM Esports, who has some internet issues this time around. Last time it was the support. Now it is Jerry in the mid lane trying to fix his internet. Of course, not fun that KVM once again has internet issues. The ISP of these players just hates the team.
Yeah, and I think they know that they only have 10 minutes this time around. That
Yes.
They're not going to risk having the same scenario as last time around, where, of course, in their quarterfinal game, they had to play with a sub because, yeah, internet issues. So they don't want to risk it there.
Yep.
We get some Reddis in the chat, so I'm guessing that the game will start very soon. There we have it. It is on pause, and we go back into the Rift, where, of course, our second game of this best of 3 has just started.
Has started. Indeed, it has. As both teams are getting back into it after a pause of about 4 to 5 minutes. We are back for some more gameplay where, of course, once again, if KVM loses, they are out. It is a best of 3. They are down 1 game. And with this Sylas in the top lane, stealing away Malphite and Malphite ults, Hecarim ults, etc., it could be rather difficult for them to actually be able to do something. Imagine the Sylas taking away the Malphite ult, jumping on top of your Jhin. What does Jhin do?
Die.
Boom.
Unless he has Gale Force, of course, but it's hard to predict that because
there's a small animation.
Yeah, you also see Malphite and you think, oh, Malphite ult. You don't see Sylas Malphite ult.
That's true.
You need to really know, okay, he steals it, he's gonna... It's harder to predict that than when it comes from the actual champion itself. So he has that advantage. Yep. He gets hit by Malphite, of course, when he uses the W. His auto attacks are pretty nasty to fight against him. Mortar not afraid to trade against this Sylas.
Mortar ready to go toe-to-toe with the Sylas in the top lane here. As it looks like a calm start to the game. And just as I say that, Ollie is in the bottom side of the map. Going to... By the way, Ollie has a full clear. Jarvan has not even close to a full clear. And Ollie's now going for the scuttle as well. So Ollie once again somehow... No, wait. I'm confused. Their farm is the same. I don't know what's happening. As Ollie does pick up the scuttle in the bottom side of the map, looking maybe to go for an invade, not finding anything on the bottom side of the jungle of Kix. And Jarvan now in the top lane. Silas gonna go hard here onto Mortar's Malphite. Jarvan waiting in the wings, might find a flag and drag. He is, however, not gonna be able to find it eventually. Would be a lot risky. Bottom lane fighting, good flay on the body slam.
Damage.
Not gonna be enough. So the 2v2 in the bottom lane, you have the Thresh, Jhin, and the Gragas Twitch. Who actually wins the 2v2 here? I have no idea.
So hard to say because, of course, Twitch he just want to stack his Contaminate. If he gets to the point that he can proc
Expunge.
With the is it Expunge?
I have no idea.
I will tell you. It is
Contaminate.
They changed it.
Damn it.
A long time ago.
This is the worst.
Yeah. Know your skills, bro. No, it has been changed 10 times, so who knows what Twitch skills is called right now.
That's true.
He wants, of course, those 6 stacks on his poison to do the burst pop that he can do with his Eve. And if he gets it off on Jhin, they are definitely gonna win the trade because the dot does so much hidden damage, let's say. You don't expect it to do so much when it's stacked, but you really get stacked out. But they are playing with Exhaust, not with Ignite, so that might be an edge for KVM if they can start off this fight.
If they can, they might, as they look for a hook here. They find the hook, they find the flay, they find the snipe as well. Dynamite might be in trouble, is gonna go down, had the flash up, was not gonna be using that anytime soon. It would have just been a waste. And Hecarim also joining in on the fight, not gonna pick up an assist. But they are looking to go for the first Drake of the game. Mountain. Not Ocean. Mountain. So that's not a rift we're gonna see. For Malphite, who is probably looking to build tank with that Ruby Crystal.
It will be very nice for him to have that little bit extra percentage of resistance. Of course, KVM playing their early game solid as always. Getting the first blood, getting the first Drake. And yeah, not making any unnecessary mistakes there. Punishing this Gragas pick with a good hook. And Ollie, of course, being near where he has to be. Will they dive Mortar here? It is a Malphite. He's a little bit tankier than other champions. Has the shield of his passive. Not sure if this is something they could do, but Dynamic is on his way as well.
Dynamic as well in the top lane. Still has that flash for the body slam flash engage. Has the exhaust as well. And now they're looking to go for an invade. However, Thresh also on the top side of the map, now looking to run down again. And if Hecarim runs into his own jungle here, he has no idea that there's so many of the enemy champions there. Is starting to sense something. And there's literally the entire enemy team except for Twitch. They're literally all there. It goes to Zoe eventually. And then Kix can run.
Twitch might be in trouble.
Towards his own blue buff. Now Twitch is in trouble. He said oh hello, so he's not gonna be able to go in for the invisibility here. He has flash, he has heal, not gonna use any of them. With that lethal tempo, it's not gonna be enough. And they're gonna wait a while for Mandrago to pick it up eventually. 2 kills on the Jhin. And Twitch, it's fun to see, but he's not really able to do anything here. As Ollie is in the mid lane, he's going to use that Onslaught of Shadows, bumps him back, of course, with the devastating charge. And that's a dead Zoe. Really nice shockwave as well by Jerry, setting up that kill.
That was well weaved by Ollie as well. His E into the ult, his ultimate into the E. There's nothing you can do there. And they're winning on both mid and bot lane now. Can he get the Curtain's Call?
Flash.
In?
Oh, Ollie is there with the exhaust. It does come down. Eventually is going to survive the cleanse. Oh! Wow, the cleanse lantern halfway. The lantern Orianna actually goes down to the contaminate. Yay. By Twitch picking up his first kill in the game. However, still 20 farm behind. 2 kills. And Jhin eventually backing now. 3 kills in the pocket. Gets Boots of Swiftness, Noon Quiver, and a pickaxe all at once. That's going to be a strong Jhin back in lane.
Definitely has some money to spend, but Moonman picking up his skill as well, which is something that he needed after getting picked off. Of course, he got punished by Danank doing the roams towards the blue buff of the enemy jungle, which is questionable. I mean, I like roaming support, but sometimes you do need to cover your bot laner a little bit more, especially when you do not have an escape on him. And yeah, he got punished there very well as well by Disco and Mandrago. They have the lane under control. They need to respect this trash because, of course, Ollie is there again.
Wow.
And that is a dead Gragas.
A fantastic flay by Bisco, stopping the body slam. However, Jerry was roaming down the river and he gets caught out himself. If he had just stayed in lane, would have been fine. And once again, KVM early game, playing it really well, finding a lead, and now we have to see. They have to make sure that this time around they can actually close it out, continue pushing their lead, and not throwing it away as they have done several times already. Of course, this time with the Jhin might be a bit easier. Haven't seen Mandrago play it yet as much. 0-3-0 Gragas support as well, keeping him down. They're doing good.
Yeah, that dreaded Gragas power spike's not there yet, and especially not if they're gonna keep doing this. He's caught out and he's so incredibly dead. Could have walked into the box to give the kill to Thresh, but no. It's for Mandrago. Oh, Jerry.
A great bait there by the bottom lane of KVM, waiting in the bush, waiting for Gragas to actually... They saw him use the body slam on the minions to push the lane, and that's when they knew he has no body slam, he has no flash, this guy's dead. But once again, Jerry getting focused on the mid lane of the map once again. Every time KVM finds a play here in the bottom lane, Jerry seems to counter it by dying in the mid lane or somewhere around there. So at this point, they're balancing it out.
He had a great game last time around, and I feel like Kix wants to focus him a little bit more. He's like, no, we're not gonna let you turn into that Orianna monster last game, even though couldn't really carry that game. They want to prevent that from happening, and I feel like the game plan from Grove is the same as last game. They're not making any proactive plays in the early game. It's all for KVM. I'm just afraid that at some point they're gonna say, okay, we're ready, and they start taking over the game, just like last time. So if that is the case, then KVM need to close out this game as fast as possible, because I feel like Grove has that plan ready to start up.
Second Drake of the game going to KVM as well this time around. It is a Cloud Drake, and we are looking at an Infernal Rift here, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, boys and boyettes. What are boyettes? I don't know, but it is an Infernal Rift we are looking at here. A lot of extra damage as the first Herald of the game gets popped as well in the bottom lane here, looking to find first turret of the game as the pressure is on in the bottom lane. 1-1-0 Twitch, 0-4-0 Gragas support. A almost 30 CS difference in the advantage of Mandrago and KVM. They are snowballing this lane pretty well. 5-0 and 0 Jhin has the Gale Force up already, but of course there's still a Sylas who has not seen Jhin. They have not seen each other. What is going to happen once these teams start actually team fighting?
It's good that Mandrago has those kills, but of course it's all the eggs in one basket. If Durkin can steal Malphite ult and take Jhin out early on, yeah, what does KVM still has? It's where all their gold is. So it's definitely not over for anyone at this point. It's very equal. You see nearly no gold difference in total, because of course you have this Sylas in top winning against the Malphite. And also Kix, yeah, he is ahead of Ollie. Even though Ollie is impacting this lane so hard, he is providing bot lane with the advantage that they need. And you see Jerry, yeah, he can't play the game. He can't even touch a farm under the turret because there's two people there.
Jerry is not allowed to play this time. And once again, Kix is indeed ahead of Ollie, aside, you know, despite the fact that Ollie has been putting quite some pressure. Of course, Kix has been doing the same, 1-0 and 2. A lot of this pressure, of course, is onto Jerry. Well, no, hold on. All of that pressure is onto Jerry. There's literally 3 kills on the side.
It was all of it.
3 kills on the side of Team Grove. All of the deaths on the KV side are effectively on Jerry. 100% kill participation as well on Kick. So he's ahead in XP once again, level 9 to level 8. Of course, on the other side, we still have Ollie on that Hecarim. We know how good he can be on the pony, and we've seen him do it again this game. Once again, the question begs to be asked, can KV close it out this time?
Great flash lantern from Bisco there, but yeah, so he's slippery and might get out, never mind.
Oh, the exhaust is maybe going to be enough. The heal coming through from Cruelty. Is he going to be able to juke it left, right, left, right? Needs to put his dancing shoes on, and he does go down eventually. Onslaught of Shadows was there from KVM. Oli to secure the kill was unnecessary, but you know, better safe than sorry. Picking up the kill, 6-0 and 0 through the exhaust. The flash, the heal, all gone, and they still find the kill.
Zoe so slippery. Gets hit mid-portal jump by the last shot of my Dragos. Nearly missing that kill, but he got it. 6-0, and Bisco with the aggression, just flash flaying in there with the lantern, making sure that the pressure is put back on that mid laner from Team Grove. Because of course Jerry has had a rough time so far, so they need to shut that Zoe down. We've seen what Cruelty can do if he gets to late game. He can just start one-shotting people, and same counts for Mandrago. If he doesn't have the cleanse or the QSS this game, yeah, he gets killed once he's bubbled. That's about all she wrote, so definitely important that they are dividing that pressure on Team Grove.
Next, Drake, first Infernal of the game, spawning in a bit more than 30 seconds. As they are looking to go for Zoe here, looking for a flank. Not able to find eventually. Zoe realizing something is going on, and now maybe Bisco in trouble. Jarvan is going to get hooked. They might fly into this one. Flay has already been used. Now the devastating charge is going to be used here. Kick's going to go down right before the dragon actually spawns. TP from Silas not going to be timed well. Needs to flash out immediately. Even the Zoe bubble needs to be used to actually disengage here. And this should and could potentially be soul point for KVM Esports Academy. And that puts them on soul point for an Infernal Soul, which is only going to help them a lot more to actually find the damage and close out this game for themselves, which would mean that we go to a 3-game series, which would be insane. Still, KVM, we've seen them before, playing an early game and throwing it away in the mid to late game, so we'll have to see if they're actually able to keep it, the lead, this time around.
Comes in.
They find the engage, the shockwave, Zoe going down basically instantly, Ollie going really low. There's the steal from Silas, he doesn't find the kill, it's a double kill eventually for Orianna, picking up 2. Jerry, he had to eat so much poop throughout the game up until now, but picks up a double kill with a great shockwave, picking out the Zoe, finding 2 kills for himself. He's back on the scoreboard. The gold lead is still in favor of Cruelty, however, but he's back. Can he turn it around now with his team?
Yeah, and during the third Drake, that was the point where Team Grove took over the game last time around, and this time there is no no play from them. They're not able to do anything. They tried with KVM. They were just faster in the jungle to fight. Mandrago playing extremely aggressive once again with the Jhin, just able to gale force forward, hit everyone, has of course the enormous lead at this point. And Moonman, however, we really wanted to see him on a switch, we wanted to see him pop off, but he's not really getting there. He had to buy the gale force, as we said, to counter Mortar's engage, but it doesn't even seem like they really care about Twitch at this point.
They can just basically ignore him at this point in time, as Herald is going to be taken by KVM again. They picked up the first one, pushed down the bottom lane outer turret with that. Now they're looking for Mandrago. He does not. The lantern is placed poorly. He's not able to get out of the Cataclysm as they are now trying to contest this Herald as well. It does go down eventually. Ollie taking that one for himself, trying to run away. Now Durkin is there. The entire team of Team Grove is there. Ollie gonna go down pretty soon here. He heals a boatload, however, and Moonman on that Twitch finding the shutdown earlier on Jin, finding another kill here. I believe it was on Thresh. Silas dropping as well. And this is what we talked about. They have the lead, but then things like this happen. And they let Team Grove get back into the game and even find a small gold lead.
How? How is this a deja vu? Again, KVM, what is happening? they get picked up there for no reason, of course. The Lantern, that was just a little bit unfortunate because he threw it just as a Cataclysm came in, and yeah, you feel for Mandrago in that situation, because it's like you're a kid and you want a piece of candy, but the jar is just a little bit too far off the shelf, you can't reach it, and you just get
poor guy.
You just get slapped and punished there, and
it's really too bad.
Follows up.
I mean, if the Lantern gets placed a bit better there, a bit closer to the Cataclysm, and Mandrago can actually take it, run away, and then chances are KVM wins that fight. But now it goes towards Team Grove. They do, however, on the side of KVM, of course, they have the Herald number 2, placing it in mid lane, taking down mid lane turret number 1. Second charge goes down as well. Inner turret on the mid lane goes down as well. They keep pressuring, might even get a third charge down. However, it does look like Team Grove takes that one down. Now it's very, very even. 10-6 in kills, but even in gold. Next Drake, minute and 20 seconds. Soul for KVM.
And of course, Team Grove's the only reason that they win that fight is because they can pick up the Jhin early on. It's what we said, it's all eggs in one basket. If they can find Mandrago at the start of a fight, then a lot of the gold, a lot of the damage from KVM is off the board. So that's what they need to do every time if they want to get this game in their control. They have a small goalie, but this Jhin is still really, really strong. Meanwhile, Kik's able to zone out Ollie there, and that popcorn.
The popcorn being used to get out of Cataclysm. One more flag and drag, not going to be enough to chase onto the Hecarim, who did, of course, use his ult as well to get out of there. And now it is Team Grove taking over vision control around Baron buff here. And this could be annoying, could be important.
Pretty hilarious that we earlier said, yeah, Ollie doesn't have flash, it will be hard for him to get out of the Cataclysm. If he doesn't have ult, he would just have said, yeah, but I'll use the popcorn.
It's fine, I'll just, if I don't have flash, if I don't have ult, I'll just play around the popcorn. This is fine, guys.
Don't you worry, I have the skill, I'll do it.
It's fine, I'll do it.
This time around, Team Grove will not be giving this Drake up so early. It is, of course, a soul, and there is Silas goes in.
And that's Silas taking away the Malphite ult, engaging onto Orianna. She survives for super long, still not dead. Eventually, the shutdown does come down, finds the shockwave, however. Now they engage onto Twitch. Is not going to be enough. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. He goes super low. It's a double kill for this Gragas. 3 people on the side of KVM go down. They find a hook onto Jarvan. It should not be enough. There's the bubble. It's not going to connect. The poke is enough. Mandrago, only one surviving. Twitch went so low, but they did not have enough to take him down. And this is the turnaround we were talking about. Once again, KVM, great early game, but now they're losing fights. They're getting caught out of position. And Team Grove finding the flank. Silas really well played there. Durkin showing up once again. First game on set, now on Silas.
How is this happening again? That is what the coaches for KVM Academy are telling each other at this point, because everything was going so well. One mistake in the mid lane, where the Lantern is so clutch. They get shutdowns. They get kills, and all of a sudden they can engage, of course, super clean by Durkin on Orianna. But that isn't even the target that you needed to watch out for, is the Jhin. We've been talking about Mandrago being so strong, and they don't really go for him, they just kill all the rest. How is this possible that they're just taking over this game again after such a hard early game?
And it even took really, really long to find the kill onto Orianna as well. I mean, She gets knocked up. Somehow she survives, I think, with the Jin heal. And now Twitch is going to get caught out. Maybe the Shockwave. He does get caught out. It's a 1-for-1 trade. The hook misses. However, Kix is in a world of hurt here. It's a double kill once again for Jerry, putting him on 5 kills now. And it's not only Jin anymore that they have to be careful for. They have to watch out for Orianna as well. It is a 2-for-1 trade this time. KVM winning the trade. And they are looking for more. Is it gonna work out for them? Doesn't look like they're gonna find more. Just gonna want to push the mid lane here. Mortar there, however, still has the unstoppable force.
You see Moonman already trying to do some assassination on Mandrago. Not yet happening the way he wants, because of course you see a twitch and you're dead. But Mandrago still has that lead where he can dish out some damage back, get the trade kill, and eventually KVM winning the trade there with 2v1. But if Moonman gets to the point where he can just freely assassinate him, yeah, what do you have of your gold lead in the early game then? It's just over and out. So very, very scary stuff for KVM Mechelen. I want to see them still make those proactive plays as they do in the early game, because this is really where their transition, yeah, you feel that they have some room for growth in games like these where they can't quite hold their lead from the early game, and where games like Team Grove, who have some more experience, who are a little bit better, let's say, yeah, they show that that they just take the lead if they do not continue at the same place.
Zoe looking for a bit of a pick there. By the way, a huge gold difference in the top lane. Durkin actually 2k, more than 2k gold ahead, 2.5 almost ahead of Mortar. Of course, Mortar just needs to ult, basically, and hope that his team can follow up on the Twitch at this point. However, last big team fight in the mid lane didn't quite work out for them, as Twitch survived with a sliver of health. And now 1 minute and 35 seconds for the next Drake. KVM Esports Academy still on soul point here. Might even find a pick onto Durkin. Finds the Onslaught of Shadows. Finds the Unstoppable Force. This should be the bind as well. Only picking up Silas. And that's a good pickup. But in 40 seconds he's going to be back. And then there will be 40 more seconds for him to run towards the Baron. However, Baron is being pinged right now by KVM.
I see.
Flip again.
Giggs is there in the wings. Are they gonna throw it again? Did they learn something from their last play? Seems not. They're still going for it. This is so risky. They can lose it all here once more. This is a desperation burn. What are they gonna do? It's half HP. Gragas is there. They're gonna go in for the steal now.
It is gonna look like Jarvan is there. He puts his flag down, needs to jump in pretty much now. He's once again ahead in Smite. It's a Smite, it's again a steal! Once again, Kix picking up the Baron, stealing it away, jumping onto the Orianna from Jerry. Ollie goes down. Team Grove winning the fight, stealing away Baron again. This is the second time they go for the same desperation play, the same coin flip. They lose Baron, they lose the fight, and they're gonna lose their Soul Dragon again. Kix, MVP, what is happening?
I do not understand. This is, as we said, the exact same scenario where the jungler is standing over the wall. They know that he is there. It's not a surprise. They have a ton of wards. And they still say, okay, we flip the Baron. Even though it's not necessary, why would you do it? Of course, the game was starting to slip out of their hands. And maybe they say, okay, if the game goes longer and longer, we'll lose for sure. We need to make a big play now. We took out Durkin, who was their biggest member. Even if they engage, we can win the fight. But yeah, that's not how it went. Kix gets the steal. Grove wins the fight. They have a serious gold lead now, 5k. And Moonman, who was so behind in the lane, is 6-2 with an IE, 60% crit chance. I mean, is there a chance for KVM?
if they find more picks like they do on the Silas and then not completely throw it at Baron, then yes, there is an
Uh-oh.
opportunity. But here comes the engage onto the backline. Jin needs to survive here. Is it going to be enough? No, he gets taken down really soon in this fight. It's a double kill for Twitch. Untouched. Twitch untouched team. Grove is basically full health. Aside from maybe kicks, sure, Gragas is half HP. Doesn't really matter. And it looks like Team Grove is not only winning the fight, but they're looking to even possibly close out this game right here. Taking out turret number 1 from the mid inhibitor, taking down the mid inhibitor itself as well, and now they have pressure on the bottom lane of the map. They look for Jerry's Oriana, they find it. Twitch, the assassin, is in the game. Mortar goes low. This does not look good for KVM at all. Can Team Grove possibly close this out already? It might be a 2-0 sweep. KVM looking to be knocked out of the hook missing. They're looking at a knockout. They're looking at a round of 16 best of 3 knockout here. It is not looking good. Twitch is online. Twitch is where it needs to be, and they can't reach it.
Yeah, the Twitch OTP is on the Rift 9-2, and of course, my Drago was 7-0 at some point. He's 7-4 now. He has not been able to have any impact whatsoever after the pick in the mid lane that they got. That's crazy. Just one misplay, and your lead is gone. It's like, yeah, okay, you're super fat, doesn't matter. You got picked there too. everything is gone. And of course, they made some really bad decisions with the Baron flip once again. And this is, yeah, I don't really get how that can happen when you had the same exact play last time around, that you go for it again. And you see Ollie, who did so much work previously, he has to gallop for his life here. It's not a scary pony, it's a scared pony.
Ollie using his Onslaught of Shadows to get away, gets Cataclysm, needs to use the Lantern to get out of there. There's just so much in-your-face potential by Team Grove at this point. And KVM is on the back foot. They have to just keep running away and away and away, and they can't find the engage. They have to, however, look for an engage. If they are able to catch out the Twitch in these team fights, then possibly they could turn it around, and then Mindrago can potentially take over this game once again. But it's looking really, really difficult as they are knocking on the last inhibitor turret KVM still has standing. One more inhib is up, 2 are down already. Super minions are pouring into the base. Champions are pouring into the base. It does not look good. They have to defend their Nexus turrets. Team Grove, they're just playing with their food at this point.
They really do not want to risk it. They have two options. They can siege here, or they can turn towards that next Drake. Of course, that is a long play, and I feel like if they scale more, it's not even that bad for them, so they're in a comfortable spot. They can simply wait for the minions here, and once there is someone alone from KVM that tries to clear, Twitch will blow them up, so they have such an easy spot to be in right now, and only a Dream Engage from KVM can win.
Now they're looking for it. The Onslaught of Shadows has been stolen once again. Mindrago gets blown up. Basically, no, he's still alive. Gets to survive inside the Cataclysm with the shields, with every form of protection he has. Now the Twitch just dances around, uses perfect stutter stepping, gale forcing into there. Finds basically an instant triple kill. I have no idea how that just happened. I just saw him shoot and people died. Well, I guess that's how that happened. And Mortar getting the ignite on top of that. This looks like, not only does it look like, but this is game. Team Grove turning the game around. Flash onto Mindrago, sleep onto Mindrago. He heals, not able to survive that. And this is 2-0 for Team Grove. They win the best of 3. KVM Esports Academy is taken out in the round of 16. Last weekend, they found the quarterfinals. This weekend, they strand in the round of 16. And we said it so many times. Their early game is good. Their early game is strong. They get a lead. They get ahead. But then, somehow, it flips. I mean, now I guess we know how it flips, because they did the same Baron play twice. Which was kind of, coin flip. Did they really need to do it? Up for discussion. Team Grove, however, the Twitch, They're able to stall long enough, and then Twitch just took over. He just 1v5 them in the end.
It's crazy to see how the two games that they played are so similar. Like early KVM Mechelen rules the world. One play happens and it shifts to Grove, and they take everything. And then at that fine moment where it's really, really equal, KVM flips a Baron. 2 games in a row. We're like, okay, both teams can win. It's super exciting, super close. Oh, they're flipping a Baron. Ah, they lose a Baron. Okay. And that they didn't learn from that mistake in their first game, that hurts a little bit. But of course, in this scenario, it was getting out of hand, scaling for Team Grove. So it might have been a desperation call that they say, okay, you know what? If we don't do anything, we're going to lose this game because Moonman is getting online and we got picked off. We need to risk it. And of course, if you risk it there, then everything that goes afterward doesn't matter because you know you lost the game there, but you risked it. So well played by Kicks. Stole it 2 times. What more can you say? That man did really good. Of course, it was nice to see Moonman's Twitch here in action. At the end, he, from 0 to hero, starts killing everyone. Didn't really matter anymore. And yeah, unfortunately, that is the end for KVM Mechelen for this weekend for the Open Tour. Of course, next weekend, they will be back again, trying in groups to get a little bit further. Last week, they got to the quarterfinals. Today, they stay in the round of 16. Maybe they can do better next time. Anyway, I will want to thank everyone for watching, for rooting for them. Today, want to thank you, Bojack, for the sweet cast.
Thanks.
And thanks, KVM Mechelen, for having us.
Thanks everybody for watching. We will be back next weekend. Nothing tomorrow, as we have been kicked out of the Open Tour. And yeah, we'll see you back again then. Peace!